Well, let's just
see what happens.
start. Yeah.
Okay. I'm Jasmin Singer.
I'm more Rhys.
Say it again though, like
More Rhys.
say it normal.
Maurice.
Right. Just call her like Moore, like Julianne Moore, but without the Julianne. Mary Tyler Moore without the Mary Tyler.
I prefer Roger.
Remember us?
Hi.
Last time we were here,
Yeah.
we were living in Los Angeles.
True that.
It was a very different time in our lives and in the world, right?
True.
And that's because it was a pre-pandemic.
Mhm.
We had fewer animals in our ethical zoo. It just seems to keep going. But anyway,
I was in my 40s. You were in your 30s.
Was I?
We were only just
Wait, seriously?
dating for a few months.
I mean, I'm in my mid-40s now. It's been a long-ass time.
It's been 6 years.
Bananas.
Yeah.
All right, so looks like we made it. Yeah, were we married yet?
No, we weren't
Okay,
married.
so we eloped in Vegas with Elvis playing, driving us down the aisle in a pink Cadillac. And this is Butch Homac. And what is Butch Homac?
Well, it is a platform for, non-toxic masculinity in the lesbian community. And we are both vegan, and we're trying to live ethically as much as possible. So that is living, gently on this earth, and not exploiting people and all the things. And so part of that is like, when we want something that we can't afford a craftsman to give us,
then we steal it.
No. Then we make it ourselves. And that's been my ethos my whole life, is like crafting, because I was a very sick kid. And so while other kids were climbing trees, I was sewing and knitting and all that kind of stuff.
That's so cute.
Yeah, I mean, I totally made lemonade out of it.
You're still doing that.
I'm still sick, and I'm still doing crafts.
Aw. I was writing and acting, which is what I'm still doing too. I was fumbling my way through craft making, which is also what I'm still doing. And that's one of the things I like about the ethos of Butch Homac. We are here for the journey, baby. We are not here for perfection.
Oh, and one more thing that we haven't talked about is that that's different than the last time you saw us. Is the last time you saw us, neither of us knew how to crochet, and we have since learned.
At least 1.5 of us have learned, meaning more being a natural artist, just picked it up and is now has yarn bombed our house. That's not true, but she could. You could. But
not yet.
I am sort of. I love crocheting. In fact, I made these things and they're going to make it look like I was a lot better than I am at this, but I'm going to explain why. So this is a little purse that I made out of plarn, which is bags turned into yarn. And I made the bulk of it and more made the flowers and sewed it together. And by sewed it together, I mean crocheted it together. But look at this. It's plastic bags.
And this is the great thing about it, is that I would go to our eco park, which is here in Rochester, where you can send things for recycling, including plastic bags. I would fish them out. I would somehow disinfect them.
Yeah, that's really...
Then I would create my own plarn.
However, when I do things, I buy them. I didn't buy this. I bought the plarn, though.
Yeah, you bought the plarn.
From a wonderful Etsy shop that I found. And it's because I'm impatient. And therefore I was like, I'm not going to sit there and cut it up. So I patronized someone's wonderful plarn shop on Instagram, and I made that. And you helped me. If you look really closely at it, there are a lot of mistakes. Don't look closely, but if you did, you'd find a lot of mistakes, like missed stitches. It's a little cattywampus. That's how I roll. But I have a problem with instant gratification. Like I can't frog it. Tell them what frogging is.
Frogging is unraveling your work.
I just unravel emotionally.
So not only does she not frog her own work, she thinks I'm insane, because one of the ways that we're trying to be ethical in our crafting is that we go to the Goodwill clearance center,
It's the
aka the bins, and we look for sweaters based on certain fiber content that I know will unravel okay. And then we bring like a bunch of sweaters home. We hot water wash them. And then while we're watching TV, I just unravel them. And well, here's the thing, and this goes to my butch self, right? So thrift stores are great if you're a femme. You can get cute little dresses. You can, upcycle like things into like make a skirt out of ties, like that kind of stuff. But if you're a butch, you have to have, there's like very specific pants and shirts, etc., that will fit you, especially if you've got a rack like I've got. And I got hips. And so like I have found through trial and error, like jeans that fit and shirts that work for me. I wouldn't even get sweaters from regular Goodwill, but I get yarn from your regular Goodwill that I don't have to frog.
Take it apart. That's what frogging means.
Right.
It's not, isn't that like a game, like a video game from
Frogger.
Frogger. I remember Frogger or Pong.
Frogger is crossing the street in Los Angeles.
It's true. Yeah.
Okay, so here is a homemade blanket I found in the Goodwill bins. And it had like a pull. It was a little damaged and apart. So I thought this is the perfect thing to take home and frog because it's actually made of two different colors. So I can pull out two colors from this. And also, because there's damage to it, it's unlikely anyone else will want it for its original purpose.
But is it sad to you that someone lovingly put it together and you're lovingly ripping it apart? Or is that just life?
I think that's life. And the other thing about it is that we're vegan, so as you know, and so we're not going to use wool. And for certain kinds of draping, certain kinds of like throws we're going to make, plant-based yarn is going to be maybe not good for most of the year here in Rochester. We need something a little warmer. And so acrylic that would otherwise go into the landfill and just not rot, just microplastic as it dissolved, I suppose. It's better that I reuse it. So we've got Plarn you got from someone off Etsy.
And also I made this out of t-shirt yarn.
So that one we bought new, the t-shirt yarn.
The t-shirt yarn we bought new, but now we're only going to get, I found recycled t-shirt yarn that I'll be using from now. So this is a computer bag that I use for work. And again, I made the main parts of it and more made the flower and put it together. But is this like the cutest thing? I'm obsessed with this. I really am. Yeah. And so now we're just trying to figure our way through the most, I guess, low waste ethical options we can. And it's a process.
I did succumb to the latest thing I saw on YouTube that I just had to try, which is color pooling to make a plaid.
What is color pooling?
Color pooling is where you have a multicolored yarn that has segments of the same length of each color in repeat. And you figure out how long the sections are and how many stitches you can get out of each section. And you just make sure you have a consistent number of stitches per color. You just keep using the same single yarn strand because it is color changing.
Where is it? Just so creative, like endlessly inspiring to me.
So this is color pooling. You see how there's like a plaid design?
It's beautiful.
It's all from a single strand of yarn that you just
wow. Sorry.
Pull it out, but that's fine.
It's gorgeous, really gorgeous.
You should put a stitch marker in there.
Yeah, I can't find my stitch markers anywhere. I don't know. Anyway, there's a lot more we could talk about. Do you have any wise parting words until next time?
Well, I think that I really believe that everyone has something to contribute in terms of craft space.
But why? Like, what's the reason behind crafting for you?
Well, for me, it's practical objects and it's aesthetics. It's like we need something. Okay, let's make it if we can. And also, it's a really good meditation without meditating. Like I'm supposed to be meditating, but instead I frog, crochet, knit,
Right.
embroider, all the things.
I agree. It's very good for mental health. Like sometimes when I pick up the phone to just doom scroll or whatever,
Mhm.
I will get the same kind of joy through putting together like a little stitch. You know, this we got at a thrift store, craft store, which we
Mhm.
have several in our
We have
area.
3
Yeah.
thrift craft specific thrift stores in the Rochester area, which is amazing.
Really, truly amazing. So we'll get
None of them
into
are open on
more.
Sundays. We might take you on some trips there as we
Ooh.
increase our stash, which is insane because I have frogged a lot of sweaters and gotten a lot of thrift store yarn,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a little out of control.
So, from the Rhys Singer household, we thank you for being here and we look forward to many more adventures, hopefully very soon, as opposed to another many years.